Hey there, and welcome to episode something or other of You Haven't Seen That, a podcast where three, sometimes more friends sit down and watch a movie that one or more person hasn't seen. Just a few notes before we start. One, this is not a podcast for children. We swear a lot. We have some frank discussions that may end up in a sexual manner, and sometimes some people got their titties out. It's me. I'm People. I record this in a hot closet, and it's more comfortable to not have my shirt on when I'm doing so. Bite me or not, I'm not your father figure. Two, there may be some audio issues. We're really early. I'm still figuring stuff out, and you would think after buying a new microphone, I would just know how to make it work automatically, but apparently you got to do things multiple times to get skills in it, and you can't be good all at once, which I think is bullshit. Anyway, also, three, we aren't professionals. We're just friends that like to sit down and talk about movies. If you want to get like real deep critical analysis, you might get that here sometimes. You might not. Either way, sit down, buckle up, get you something to drink, take care of yourself, and enjoy the show. Let's go. It's a nice, rainy, cozy day out. I think all three of us are like
super fucking tired.
Just cooling it right now. So it's going to be something nice and cozy to watch. Mean Girls.
Is that a cozy movie?
It's a movie.
It can be a comfort movie.
It can be a bit of a comfort movie.
It's what's the best way to put it? Because I watched the movie a lot, like not to the point that I can quote it, but I've seen it enough.
I've seen it quite a.
Why don't we do the actual introductions and then say what the thing about the movie?
Oh, this is the introduction.
This is the.
Yes,
come on,
name.
woman. We've been doing our. Come on. No,
this is the second episode. We already screwed up the format.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Hell Breakfast. There, you go now.
The pronouns.
My pronouns are he, him.
Okay. Hi, I'm Gilly. She, they.
And I'm DJ. He, him, they, them, mayhem, whatever.
Mayhem? That's an amazing pronoun. I had some bitch try to come up in my servers going, I'm Twizzler. You guys have one joke, motherfucker. I banned him for being unfunny.
That is, I mean,
for not being funny.
For not being funny.
Yeah, like if he was funny, it'd be fine. But no. Anyway.
We're watching Mean Girls today.
I have never seen this movie, and I think I confused this movie with like 4 other movies that I also haven't seen.
Honestly, the look of it, sometimes I would confuse it with Clueless, but that's on purpose. That's very much on purpose for the like Mean Girls themselves. We started off by being Mean Girls.
I don't even know when this movie came out.
Oh, 2000s? God, when did this movie come out?
Early 2000s.
Okay, so I always like hear the name and I think of that like Heather's movie or whatever too, which I also have not seen or nothing about.
I've never seen that one.
You know who's seen that one? My freaking 16-year-old student has seen and loves the Heather's movies, and I'm like, wait, what? Isn't that kind of old?
I've never seen. The only thing I know about Heather's is that there's something about drinking bleach, and I only know that because of a rap lyric.
There's a rap lyric about Heather's?
Yeah. Ash Nico's great.
I was actually going to ask if it was Samus. Yeah, it's a comedy. It's
a comedy.
Okay, so
look, it is.
So is this a comedy? Okay, I have absolutely zero idea what this is except it's called Mean Girls. I know nothing about it.
I want to say I almost called her Tina McFay. Tina Fey either wrote, produced, directed, or a combination of all three.
I can never remember what Tina Fey is about.
Google.
Saturday Night Live. She did.
30 Rock, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah. It came out 2004. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very 2004 movie.
Okay.
And Megamind, which I've also not seen.
Megamind's better than it should be. I didn't watch that movie for. Yeah, we can talk about it if you want, but like that actually is better than it should be. I didn't watch it because he was so ugly for the longest time. I was the mean girl.
I haven't seen it yet either.
So, and talking about Mean Girls, we have Heather's on the now, and Megamind.
Yeah, put Megamind on. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay,
it's very enjoyable.
This is like the quintessential teen high school comedy. It just goes from there.
It certainly does. Like, there are a few things that at the time it subverted some expectations, and there's also a few things that, ooh, that aged bad.
It's early 2000s, so that goes without saying.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do know that there are certain things with gay culture and stuff that is just that. That's all you have to do.
Because gay culture has glommed onto this movie. They love this movie.
They love this movie. We gay people, we do. But that doesn't mean that, let's be real, gay people nitpick. That's gay. That's queer. Queer culture is nitpicking. It doesn't matter where you are on the political spectrum. So, yeah, we will well, it's either nitpicking or just like being like, no, this is something I like, therefore it's perfect.
Yeah, there is no in between.
There's no in between.
Either tear it apart or deify it. Like,
it's like, guys,
this is the best thing ever, or it is problematic because reasons.
Media. Literacy. There we go. Yeah, I pulled out some $10 words and stumbled on them.
Yeah, look at me dabbing. You can't see me.
That's like a $9 word.
$8.50.
Yeah, $8.50 is good.
I think it's a $10 concept, though.
It is a $10 concept.
Yeah, but you gotta make do with getting sales.
country concepts make do.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate all of this conversation.
Let's watch the movie.
Sounds good.
Great.
I didn't think the last transition had enough whimsy to it, so I'm probably going to do another one, and it's going to be like 20 times more whimsical.
Is it going to be?
We'll see.
Is it going to be sparkles?
I might put a fucking sparkle in there. This movie came out in 2004. So obviously there's going to be spoilers in there, and just a slight warning, we are going to discuss some stuff that may be a little bit triggering, talking about SA and sexual predators. So just be mindful of that going forward. We don't get too deep into it, but it does come up. Just wanted to let you know. You're looking good today. The cushion provides.
So as the person who's not seen this movie ever in their life, yeah, it's good. It's very, very good comedic writing.
It's just a really well written movie.
Yeah. It's an incredibly well written movie. It has better pacing than I remember it having. See, I like I said, I've seen this movie several times. Better pacing than I remember having.
Yeah,
it didn't seem to lag.
Pretty good pacing on it. I think it had a lot weirder, goofier humor than I expected, which is good because it's the kind of humor that I do like. That the BSF's like, oh, hey, this is what I ended up liking, these days. And this was in 2004 in this movie. It was good. It was good, strange humor. That was unexpected and not been fun.
Also, a lot of heart, which is a weird thing to say about a movie about girls being mean to each other in high school, but a lot of heart in this movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's a film that there's a reason that it endured as long as it did. As there's a reason people remember it, because like you don't think of it being a classic, but honestly, yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah,
it's in the Criterion Collection.
Oh my god.
So I was gonna say, like, it's also, we talked about during the movie that it's also one that definitely hits a little better to being kind of actually what a lot of high school stuff is like than a lot of movies do, especially a lot of movies in the 2000s that just didn't really get it right.
Yeah, that first 10 to 15 minutes threw me back in high school. This came out when I was in 9th grade, 2004. I'm old.
2004.
I was in 8th or 9th.
I think, yeah, that sounds right for me too. We're about the same.
Yeah.
Well, something for me particularly too with this is I was homeschooled in 4th and 5th grade. So I went from elementary school to being homeschooled for 2 years to jumping straight into middle school. And it was a fucking culture shock. So definitely a lot of the opening stuff was familiar to me, where like everything just felt really weird. Except that in my case, I was more just oblivious to things or wanted to constantly be the good kid, to follow the rules and just kept their head down. Compared to this one where, you know, she's immediately trying to be friendly and I was not so much. So.
She was trying to be friendly and they was like, target.
Yeah, exactly.
Strange, yeah.
I honestly, yeah, I was interested to hear what you'd say about that because of your experience there.
Yeah, I wasn't like, you know, in Africa or anything being homeschooled. It was I was just in fucking Southeast America, but where, yeah.
Okay, here's the fun one. They think homeschoolers, God invented the Remington. A little too close. A little too close.
So I need to take back something I said in the beginning. I thought this movie didn't age well. I was incorrect.
For early 2000s, it was mostly okay in that regard, yeah. Aside from throwing out R slurs and certain things about the gay friend, you know, the most of the stuff with the gay friend's fine. Like, like part of him reminded me, like I said, part of him reminded me more of actual gay people that I'm gonna say like gay people I know, as though our entire freaking friend group is some kind of queer. I don't know what I'm saying.
Every last
yeah.
person.
He definitely makes me think of just like you're in school, you're in high school, the gay dude you knew in high school. Like he's just your gay buddy. He is not some sort of glamorous twink. He's just your dude, you know?
Yeah.
Also, they didn't make him something that I noticed they do a lot in nowadays with queer characters and stuff. They didn't make him a slut.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just a little dude, just doing little dude things.
Just some guy who had some of the funniest lines of the
character.
Had some of the funniest lines of the movie. Danny DeVito, I love you.
Danny DeVito, I love you. I mean, he's just, like I said, your dweeb gay friend. Because you know that dude definitely plays Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I can make a whole profile. Actually, that's might be part of why I enjoyed the movie so much, is because even though a lot of the characters are just archetypes, they're very strong archetypes. I can make up a profile in my head of most of these people.
Yeah, there was enough of a difference in everybody. Everyone was pretty memorable, including most of even the random background characters. They picked a lot of interesting background people for like the random students and the random teachers, stuff like that, which is a good side, I think.
And I said this when we were watching the movie. The teenagers feel like teenagers.
Yeah,
I'll say for the most part,
like an adult's version of a teenager, except when that time Regina George just turned into a fucking criminal mastermind supervillain.
Oh, where she
1000 IQ play, yeah.
Or she just started posting.
I disagree.
Yeah,
I disagree because I've dealt with psychos like that. This is one of those things in which I think being a trans mask person does give me an insight, because I grew up, being treated as a girl and being among girls. Yeah, no. When high school girls, they make, most of the time, it's not a thing that is inborn to being a girl. It is a thing that society teaches. But with dudes, you're worried about physical violence, right? If you piss off a dude, with a girl, she'll smile and it'll be fine, and then the next day you're wondering why your world's coming down. And you may never even learn.
Like I'm AMAB, and I was mostly oblivious to everything in school. But my sister, like, was on the peripheral. Is that the word I'm looking for? Of that kind of shit. Like she's like a pretty girl, but she wasn't really in any of the prep stuff because she was like, this is annoying and you're all fake people and I hate you. But she was around it, and yeah, she would talk about how people would do unbelievably unhinged things. Crazy
shit,
where they would absolutely like print out things and hang them up everywhere and do all this crap to mess with people like that. Yeah, they would absolutely do that. Yeah,
that's because you're not drama, and you're also AMAB, and yeah, like you wouldn't have this experience. And again, this is not an experience of these people are doing this because they're girls. Let's not. It's a societal issue of you're taught to be crafty and shitty and like
to be backstabbing. Yeah,
you're taught to be that way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the making up that, oh yeah, they made it up about me, and then the teacher believing them. That sounds like something that has definitely happened in a high school.
That sounds like whoever wrote that section had a bully. They had a bully girl.
Yeah. There were a couple scenes when she was first getting to know like the plastics and talking to them at the cafeteria and stuff. Because it's like I had bullies, but it was either really blatant or it was weird things. So when I saw that particular scene, though, I was like, oh, there might have been more people attempting to bully me than I remember. And I was just so oblivious that I just ignored them. Right, because I remember people saying some of the same shit that she was saying in those scenes. It was like, oh, this thing, I can't remember the exact lines she was saying in there. But like those
where did you get that? That's so cute.
Yeah, the backhanded like compliments of things where you're always smiling as you're saying this stuff, and like looking back, it's like, oh, people even said that to me as an AMAB person. They were just randomly saying this, like girls would say things like that to mess with me, and then it was like I went okay, and just would leave. So I had no idea that's what was happening.
Frankly, no selling that kind of stuff is such a power move. Because again, growing up, someone who has grown up AFAB. And growing up in and I'm not going to get into it because I'm not Bryn Daniel. That's a cut for some people. But yeah, growing up in a particularly toxic feminine environment, there's been times where I've been like, someone complimented me and I'm looking later, I'm like, don't talk to that person, Gilly. And then she's like, you're crazy. Well, she doesn't say I'm crazy. Mio doesn't. That's what you're going by on this?
Gilly?
You're going by Gilly. Okay, whatever. Gilly doesn't say I'm crazy, but they're like, you're being a little paranoid. I'm like, That's because of those experiences.
Which is fair, yeah. And like half the time you are right, so it's still worth like paying attention to.
Sometimes I am just being paranoid, but sometimes it's I mean that's what that kind of environment does. Like you're saying, it's like it makes you paranoid of that stuff. So when someone is being legitimate but saying it in the same way that people would do that, well, because again, in that movie, out of context, some of those scenes could almost look like they're just being nice, and then you have to see, oh wait, in context, this is how they hurt people. This is how they put themselves in a superior position, because this is how people are trying to do this kind of thing.
It is one scene during the movie where they actually just completely show that off. When she's asking the girl about her skirt.
Yeah, like that is masterful.
Yeah, like not
the girl's perspective. Oh, that was a really nice thing that Regina George just said to me.
Yeah,
and she's just like, oh, that shit's fucking ugly, yo. I hate that. I hate that.
And like, go ahead.
Not to get too deep into darker topics on things, but there is a reason a whole lot of people these days end up not believing when people compliment them or say nice things because of their trauma with that shit.
Yeah, and like the way that the gaslighting that and bullying that teen girls do to each other, and sometimes women in general, and sometimes just people in general, honestly, is portrayed very masterfully there, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And you wouldn't think you'd use the word masterful for this movie, but there you go. There you have it.
I kind of like how
things surprise you.
I like the depiction of some of the adults too, where like they feel like there is the comedic, everything in it is the comedic angle. Everything is pushed, of course, to making it comedy first, but there's a lot of stuff with the adults where it's like, no, this feels like how they'd act. This feels like the thing of where a teacher's still going to show themselves being hurt, but is trying to be the adult. It's like, I'm supposed to do something here and I have to try to find a way to fix the situation, but I am hurt. You spread a bunch of rumors about me selling drugs. I am hurt, and then you lied about it. The principal being like, what the hell do I do here? I'm supposed to fix this situation. Like,
I'll be honest, the principal just believing what everyone should know to be a bully, also very fucking real.
Yeah, especially when he's like, I've been victimized by her, like not even 10 minutes later.
Yeah, honestly, saying that too, like, I think there's an interesting angle on that of showing the thing about him being the kind of principal he is, where it's like, okay, yeah, there's the one thing of, oh, well, this is brought before me, so I'm just going to believe it. But also, I have been victimized by this girl. But also, I am checking everything just to make sure this teacher isn't actually selling drugs, because it turns out one of my other teachers was actually doing criminal activities on my property. And so it's like, he is basically reacting.
Are we going to talk about that?
Yeah. We don't have to.
His exact reaction after seeing that and be like, oh shit, get away from the underage girls with the baseball bat. I'm like, that is the correct reaction.
That's the morally correct reaction.
Yeah, which is why I do like his character there of like, he's trying to do the things he thinks are right. He is completely messing up a lot of the things, because his whole thing is just, I am reacting to a school of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids and having to deal with all this shit, having to deal with stuff going under my nose that I can't keep up with. Actually, like, not like that in depth with it, but there was enough details there that I like that.
Yeah, like I said, that you can make up your own inner narrative for these people because their archetypes are so well developed.
Yeah.
And for as minimal as the staff faculty characters are, due to pacing reasons, you get the idea that they are legitimately doing their best for the most part.
Yeah,
but it's not giving them a break.
Yeah. It's showing.
Also,
go ahead.
Okay.
No, finish what you were saying, because I was about to make a statement about something with Miss Norberger.
You good?
I just wanted to point out that the teacher having to have 2 separate jobs
because of her divorce.
Yeah, that was a little heartbreaking, but also very.
Yeah.
I want to know what teacher actually has the fucking time to have 2 separate jobs.
That too.
She didn't look like she had the time. She looked like she was burnt on both ends.
It's like. It's so teaching's fucked up. Like, this isn't what the topic is about, but it has to be brought up. But teaching's so fucked up because teachers do so much unpaid labor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's like the scene like near the end of it where she hands her the test. Like, oh yeah, here I did the test. And the teacher just says, oh, I'll grade it now. And I'm like, how? like that's not gonna.
Well, I mean, if she doesn't.
You a little bit.
If she doesn't grade it now, when is she gonna fucking have the time?
Which is fair too, yeah.
Honestly, like, I feel for him. Like, when I was younger, when I was right out of school, I fucking hated teachers because of my bad experiences.
Yeah.
So, like, even so, like, I see, nowadays I can look at it and be like, wow, the system's real fucked up and caused that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That teacher was burnt out.
Yeah. And still trying her damnedest, just trying.
It definitely, The film does a good job at just showing the complex. Like, it doesn't always dive into all the reasons behind people doing things. I don't think it's intended in the movie, but it does show the complexities of everybody being a lot of like. I can't remember what the line was because it was something I think Janice said about it, about people doing evil things and people. What did she say?
People stand by and let evil things happen.
Yeah.
And the two types of evil people.
Yeah. And just kind of how like a lot of the stuff is, they're complicated. They're all people. They're all just gonna do this shit in the moment because they're reacting to one thing or another, and they're choosing to do one thing or another. And like even the end of it's like Regina's not really like redeemed, but it doesn't seem like it's really the point to redeem her either. They just sort of keep moving. They just keep going.
It's actually interesting because with Regina, because like you look at her and like there are moments, and the actress did great. Like I don't know who
Rachel
that
McAdams is.
She's really good.
Rachel McAdams kills it in this movie.
Yeah, she did great. Like I like, it's a good actor whenever like you're sitting there. I'm like, wait, do I have school PTSD? Because holy shit, that's hit me. But
like the scene where she stands up for one of her friends.
Even as she's doing stuff, there is occasional moments where like you see through the way it's written, of course, and the way she acts it, you see through to, oh shit, she's suffering.
Yeah.
She's suffering, and then they depict a home where she has a parent that doesn't want to be her parent, that wants to be her friend. And she has no guidance, and she is the reason she's acting out is because she's suffering. And as a kid watching this, I don't think I would have seen it.
Yeah.
As an adult, it's like, oh, I wish I could help that kid.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody needs to sit her mom down and have a very frank discussion about parenting.
Oh, her mom's so American.
God, her mom's a lot. Yeah.
That she would definitely be the first that's down at the school screaming at them the moment that Regina got in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. I was going to say something about the scene I was mentioning a second ago, the one where Regina seems to be at least standing up for her friend, and how that whole scene was a lot. Where it's like, oh, you did something really messed up to get back at a person for your friend, but then it's also the complexity of, did you do that because it's your friend or just because you wanted an excuse to be mean? Even by the end, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I mean, she's clever and smart and whatever, but she's also kind of a little fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
I think she'd make a great lawyer.
God.
So would most sociopaths. I don't actually mean that. No, they wouldn't. You have to have empathy to be a good liar. So I don't know I'm not going to pathologize some character in a dumb comedy movie.
Oh, you can. Depends on the comedy.
Let's do mental pathology on Regina George. Mean Girl. That's the podcast. 3 hours.
I'm sure there are plenty of clickbait filler articles on the internet for exactly that. Like,
probably.
Like. Okay, I'd say all the stuff at like the intro of this episode about how I knew basically nothing about this movie, got it confused with a bunch of other movies, and then the second DJ pulls up the streaming opening clip thing for the movie, and I'm like, oh, it's this movie. Because I've seen all these GIFs and images from
actually,
it.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to bring out. There are so many banger lines in this that I forgot came from this. Like, he's too gay to function.
You can't just ask people why they're white.
Yeah, you can't just ask people why they're white.
Or he talked to me on October 3rd. What's today's date? It's October 3rd. Like...
Yeah, like...
Yeah. Or any of him answering a question for her, she just in her head goes, wrong.
Wrong, painfully wrong.
I really like the narration in this movie, actually.
It's really good, yeah.
Now that I've rewatched it, I actually really do. I kind of enjoyed that because I thought that the dude had done more like shitty things, but no, he was just a kind of a weird little dude.
Yeah.
He was just a dude, but I think he needed to be static. and show disgust at everyone. Finally stand up and be like, why do I want you to act like her? I hated her.
Yeah.
And again, I will point out the first thing he does when he sees her all gussied up but drunk, it says, let's go downstairs.
Yeah.
That line had to have been written by a woman.
It had.
Yeah.
Wrote this movie.
Yeah, did she write it entirely?
Did she play Norbury?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
she plays
that's what I thought.
the teacher.
Yeah. Okay. Making sure that's what it was.
I think you'd get a bad comment or something if we don't mention that there is a musical. No, I'm not gonna see it.
So not only is there a musical, there's a sequel.
I noticed that when I was looking up stuff about it
There's
earlier.
a sequel.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Is it?
No.
Oh. Not no. We should watch it then.
The only good thing about the sequel is Tim Meadows.
We should watch it to bitch about it. You like bitching.
It's bad.
Huh?
I have not seen the movie. I've seen somebody review the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming inevitably there's got to be episodes of this that we turn into just watching crappy movie stuff with too. Though if we do that, at least would hope we go like all into the extreme and not just be like, this is just sort of a middling bad, but like what is going on in this kind of.
I don't want to watch anything that is just mediocre.
Yeah.
I got the perfect first bad movie for us then.
I've got one of mine too.
I hate you both.
The thing is, do I want to say it now or leave it as a surprise?
I'll say mine if you say yours.
Go first and I'll say mine.
Retro Puppet Master.
What?
Okay.
It's from the Puppet Master series, and it's one of the earlier movies that Greg Sestero was in.
But it's called Retro Puppet Master?
It is bonkers. It is an insane movie, and we have to watch it. It's like
I will say
amazingly entertainingly bad.
I will say we need to just be like, no, we're not watching any giallos. Let's just be like that. Because like we're not right now in life. I can't deal with eyeball cutting.
No, that's totally fair.
I was about to say, so that's like Fulci and stuff, right?
Yeah, it's Fulci.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about like casting.
I'll watch a giallo with you someday.
Music, like, it's,
but not right now. The
vibes got to be right.
Yeah, the vibes have got to be right, and we've got to live in a world that's like
not crushing. So my terrible movie is going to be Black Mass 2: City of Masks.
City of Masks.
I have no idea what that is. But
honestly,
have you ever seen the movie Black Mask?
No.
Oh, we have to watch that first.
What's Black Mask about? Wait, no, we're talking about another movie.
Yeah, which is totally sidetracked.
Oh, okay.
Mean Girls is great, okay? Like, you can only extrapolate so much, like, context and subtext from it.
What?
That's why I like it so much. It's
straightforward.
Mean Girls is a straightforward good movie.
Yeah, like our first episode, of course, we're going to talk about it because Everything Everywhere All at Once has so much to talk about. Mean Girls is like, yeah.
It is very...
It made me chuckle.
It made me chuckle. It made me remember high school. It made me... Because it is a pretty good time capsule.
Yeah. It's a very early 2000s movie. For all,
it is.
Of the good, all of the shiny parts and all the bumps and flaws of it.
If we were going to do analysis, there's already analysis. Like, go watch what's Sarah Zed or whatever her name is.
We're not paid enough to do analysis here.
I'm not paid. Yeah, y'all are getting paid.
So look, I think I said this in the first episode. I am not a critic, and it's
no.
That's not what I want to do.
We're just
analysis is kind of fun, but it's not my bag. Don't come to me from.
We're just three gay friends that like talking about movies.
I mean, I am the guy you can come to for that kind of pretentious shit, but not here. Not here. Like, no, I don't. That's why I'm the guy, and I don't want to.
We have different levels of how we like consume and disperse how we feel about entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, some actual analysis.
Some more critical or analytical than others.
Exactly.
Actual analysis, I would sit down and write. I'm not gonna do. Yeah. Anyway.
Unlike Everything Everywhere All at Once, you didn't have to take notes for Mean Girl.
No, I did not have to take any notes. Not a single note was taken.
No notes. There'll be a pop quiz, but you don't need notes for this.
All right, so to wrap it up, same question. Would you watch this again?
Yeah, sure.
If it's on TV. If someone's just watching and I'm just there, I'd probably hang out with other people and talk over it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it's fine. Yeah.
If what was I gonna say? If someone had never seen it, I'd go out of my way to show them.
Fair. Yeah.
I have a much renewed respect for the movie, so I would watch it again.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Favorite
scene.
Someone else go.
I like the speech at the prom.
That was pretty good. If we're not going, in order to not just duplicate and say the same scene, either of Janice's big scenes, like the one where she's chewing out Katie while she's in the car, or the scene where she's making her Regina quote apology. Either of those are really good. She's a really good actor too, and I love how she acted those scenes. They're great. Mm-hmm. And I love her style too. But
actually, yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the scene where Regina is being insane and like lying to the teachers and stuff. I have to go with that, just because
that's pretty good.
It's insane. She's insane. Fuck her.
That scene that started with that scream that just had you going,
Oh god.
Yeah, like she just starts actually that's the best scene. She just starts screeching and you're just, oh god.
And the whole, like when it started, I said it while we were watching, it's like, no, that's an actual, like, I get that reaction.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
Then again, there are certain parts that do show that she's got a pathos. She is, in pain, blah, blah, blah. You don't got to be a bitch about it. But that's on teachers and stuff, not really a student.
Yeah.
What layers?
Mean Girls.
Yeah. That was.
I'd watch it again, obviously.
I'd watch it 9 times.
I'd watch it now and then. It's pretty good.
All right. Closing statements.
I'm
Don't
hungry.
be a mean girl.
Oh.
What? What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just saying I'm hungry.
Oh, well,
I haven't eaten in a while.
That gets
I got D&D in 30 minutes.
Oh, go.
Closing statement. I just have D&D in 30 minutes.
What's your closing statement?
Don't be shitty to people. Like,
yeah, that too.
The world sucks. Like, everybody's trying to make it.
Like, nice,
also, if you're adult, raise your child.
Yeah.
Also, if you hear a rumor about a coach making out with students, report him.
Yeah.
Report him post haste. Don't write it in a burn book. Be like, hey, this is happening.
Hey.
All right, bye.
Bye, everyone.
How do I make the robot leave?